But we don't think it's a productive step at all, precisely because of the reasons you identify, which is the UN does incredibly important work in Gaza. It does incredibly important work in the region, and the UN, when it's acting at its best, can play an important role for security and stability. So we think it's important that Israel be able to engage with the UN. One of the things we've always said that Israel needs to be cognizant of throughout this conflict is its standing in the world. And steps like this are not productive to improving its standing in the world.
To Israel to keep the airport open and not bombing it?
We have made clear to Israel that we do not want to see civilian infrastructure targeted. We don't want to see, obviously, civilian sites targeted. The airport is playing a crucial function in helping get American citizens out of Lebanon, as well as citizens of other countries who want to be able to leave, and we think it's important that the airport stay open for those purposes. This morning, in advance of the President's call with the G7 leaders, the Secretary convened a call of the foreign ministers from France, Germany, Italy, and the United Kingdom. On that call, he discussed with them working together to coordinate a response to Iran's attack on Israel. Further discussed how to coordinate diplomatic efforts moving forward to ensure stability in the Middle East. The Secretary then joined the President's call with the G7. I'm sure you saw the readout that the White House issued a short time ago, where they made clear that the G7 condemns Iran's attack on Israel and is working together on a response, including new sanctions.
Are there any meetings taking place? Is there a path forward for that at this point, or has that been overtaken by Israel?
Hamas has, again, refused to engage. I went through some of this yesterday, and I'm happy to go through it again. This really predates the events of the past week, 10 days, where we've seen Israel launching attacks on increased attacks on Hezbollah. It goes back several weeks, where we were at this point where we were trying to get together a next proposal that we, along with the other mediators, Egypt and Qatar, would present to the two parties. And in preparing for that step, we're doing various soundings of what might be agreeable, trying to play the role of a mediator and come up with a response that would get to yes on both sides. And Hamas has refused to engage. So it's not from a lack of interest on our part, it's not from a lack of focus on our part, but when you're trying to put together a deal, you have to have the parties themselves engage. And over the last few weeks, Hamas has been unwilling, for whatever reason, to engage.
You order $20 million vehicles while the government is begging for money.
So for the past several days, we have been working, or past really going back to September 28th, we have been working to make seats available, or to find seats available on existing commercial flights. We have been able to identify over 800 seats over that time. A number of them have been used by American citizens. Not in all cases have they been filled. And then today, we were able to organize a flight from Beirut to Istanbul to allow other American citizens to leave. It's been a priority for us to enhance the capacity of flights in and out of the region, so we've contracted with additional carriers to facilitate the transport of American citizens. There was a flight that left a couple of hours ago from Beirut, had a capacity of 300, had somewhere a little over 100 American citizens and their family members who departed on it.
Year of U.S. diplomacy when it comes to Israel and Gaza. How do you characterize?
We don't find that step to be productive in any way.